Hello everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. This is Linda, and today I am making kombucha. It is kombucha making day on the homestead, and I have showed you all videos of my making kombucha before. So if anyone's interested, go back and watch that video. But for right now, we're just getting the finishing products finished. If you're interested in knowing how I make my kombucha, I have a video where I make kombucha in the video. So go back and watch that video. But right now, I'm just getting finished with 2 new batches. And those are the ones that I've already made. And they are strawberry. I just put some frozen strawberries into the bottles. And I let them sit for 1 day. And then I'll take them and put them in the refrigerator. But right now, I'm just going to make me some tea because it is super cold outside today, y'all. It is 36 degrees right now, and the fog is very thick. And I am really wanting to go outside really bad, but it's going to be a moment before I can go. So I have some, I'm going to mix some sage. I have some dried sage that I'm going to add to my tea today. Just going to get a few sprigs of this sage out and put them into my little tea bag with some dried basil. And this is some dried sweet basil and some purple basil that I grew in my garden. I'm just going to add some of that to my tea bag also. And I'm going to add some mint that I have in this jar. I'm just going to crush a few, and I'm going to add some of those to my bag also. And these little bags I get on Amazon, and it just has a little drawstring on it. And I'm going to put it in the cup, and I'm going to pour some hot water on it. Just boil. And I got it in my favorite mug. My granddaughter Kayla gave me this mug. It says, "It's so good to be home." I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add my honey. And some lemon that came from my lemon tree. Let's add some extra juice. I'm going to let that steep while we take a look outside. Okay, y'all, this is what it's looking like outside right now. So I think we're going to have to stay inside for a little bit longer. In a previous video, someone asked if my children were vegan also. No, my children are not vegan. This is what their breakfast is looking like this morning. I got some rice, some turkey bacon, and some eggs. This is what my breakfast looks like, and I will be having it with a glass of kombucha. Y'all know I was telling y'all that Mr. Bunny had pulled out some of my brassicas at the root. So instead of just leaving them out, I'm going to go ahead, and they still got some roots on them. I'm going to just pop them back in and see if they will start to growing back. If not, I will come out and I will drop some seeds in these holes. So I'm going to give them a while. We're going to check back on them in about a week. Some of the other ones that the rabbit ate, they have already put on some more leaves. So we're going to hope that that will be the case with these also. So this one is still in there. It's at the root, but there are some leaves coming on this one. He had ate it all the way down to the stem. I mean, down to the roots where he ate the stem also. So there are some leaves coming back on. So that gives me hope that these will also regrow their leaves. So I've got those in. So now I got another project that I want to do. That was quick and easy. I've been walking around the garden trying to find me a pot. I've got a lot of 5-gallon buckets I could use, but I don't want to use a 5-gallon bucket for this particular plant. So I did find a plant that's sitting out here. It's growing, but it has not did a whole lot. So I am going to take it out and I'm going to get this pot. Well, y'all, this root, oh, okay. I probably should have left more root on there than that, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop this root over here in one of these holes. So I'm just going to pop it where there doesn't look like very much of anything is going on in this hole. So I'm just going to pop it right in here. And I will come back and I'll water all these in. So now I can come back and I can take this pot. This is not the pot that I would really prefer for this project, but I don't want to go to the store and buy a pot right now. So the project that I'm about to do is to plant a camellia bush. I ordered a camellia off of Amazon, and that is what I am about to plant. And this is it in this box. And I have not opened it. So let's try to get it open, because then I will be able to know exactly what size pot I really need. So this pot that I have went and taken out of the garden might not even fit. And it says remove from the bottom. So let's try to do this right. That's the top. This has to be the bottom. So we're going to remove the tape at the bottom. And y'all, camellias are hardy in my area. And they will bloom from September to April. I think I'm pouring my soil out, but I have got to get this open. So we'll just gather our soil once we get inside. But they wrap this up very nicely. So let's see if I can get it out. Okay, it's not in a pot. Okay, let me get it out carefully. And I see some, it's a live plant. It has some leaves on it. Yeah, beautiful. It has leaves and blooms. I got excited, y'all. This is one of my favorite plants, and I can't believe that I don't already have one in the garden. I had a couple in the garden years ago, and I did not, I think the problem was that I did not keep the soil acid enough, because I had the same problems with azaleas. I love azaleas and rhododendrons, but I was not properly planting them. They need to be planted in some soil that is very acidic. So y'all, let me let y'all look at this beautiful plant. Look at the buds that are on it. If you have a camellia, or if you know anything about camellias, then you know that this is a wonderful plant. And if you do not, please do some research on the plant to see if the plant is hardy in your area. And you might want to grow this because I think it's hardy in zones. I don't want to, let me see if it's on here. It says you use a slow granule fertilizer in the spring. It likes partial sun, needs well-draining garden soil. It's a low-growing shrub with semi-double. This is going to be hot pink blooms. So I plan to get other so I can have other colors now that I know that it's going to have to have a very acidic soil. But first I want to see if it's going to fit. This pot is definitely going to be too small. Now that I've seen the plant, y'all, I really do not want to put it in this pot. And I want to go ahead and get it planted. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if they've, one thing I wanted to do was to go ahead and give it some, I was going to give it some azalea. I can go ahead and pot it into this pot. Oh, I have another pot back here, but I did want it to be in something very beautiful. Y'all, I'm sorry for rambling, but I did not know this plant was going to be this beautiful, and it has really almost knocked me off my feet. I love camellias, and so I want to pot it in a beautiful pot. I'm just tempted to just go and just rob one of these plants of their pot because that is how much I love these plants. And it's been a long time since I had one. This one already has buds on it. Y'all can be looking forward to seeing it bloom very soon. Hopefully, y'all, if I don't mess it up, I am going to do my best to take care of this plant because this is very special to me. Okay, so let me go and find a pot. Okay, y'all. I started to just go ahead and do it, but I just wanted to show y'all. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Now, this pot here was going to be too small. I like this pot, but it's going to be too small. But, y'all, I like this pot a lot. Let me show it to y'all. I really like this pot. But, y'all, look at the plant that's in it. Y'all know I've been telling y'all how this poor little arborvitae has been suffering. I really need this pot though. I am not going to get rid of this arborvitae. I'm not going to do that. I am going to put this arborvitae in this pot. This is going to be temporary. I'm just going to have to go shopping for some pots. But right now, I need this pot for my camellia. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move this arborvitae to this pot. I hope nothing crawls out this pot on me because hope there are not a lot of ants in there. So let's see if I can. Got some nice draining holes. And y'all, it said to use garden soil, but they're assuming that you are going to be planting it in the garden. I am not going to plant it in the garden because I want to be able to, I just don't plant many plants in the actual ground around here. And so I just need to be able to move my plants when I want to move them. And so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just plant that into a pot. And so because I'm planting it in a pot, I am not going to use any garden soil. I'm going to use potting soil. And then I can go ahead and I can add my rhododendron and camellia fertilizer. This is azalea, camellia, and rhododendron plant food. Wait a minute. This is just plant food. It says feeds up to 3 months. Apply as soon as growth begins in the spring for most plants. Do not apply immediately preceding bloom. Maybe that's not the best one for me to use. Maybe I should go ahead and use the one I was going to use, which is a acidic fertilizer. So I'm gonna rinse this pot out and we're gonna think about it. I'm not gonna do a lot of washing to this pot. I'm just gonna rinse it out. I don't think that the little arborvitae had anything going on with it. It just suffered during the very hot months. So that is what I think was going on. But let's get the other fertilizer. Okay, so this is what I got, some organic soil acidifier. And I just feel much better just using this. Although, you know, this is not food, y'all. It's not food. I could have used this because it's a plant food, but it's for flowers. I could have used this. I don't mind using something like this on flowers, but make sure that if you use something like that on your flowers, do not put your vegetables in that soil at any time. Like I just went and I got this pot that I had vegetables planted in, and I'm going to plant these flowers in it. That was fine, but I would not do it with the vegetables. I would not take a pot that I had the flowers planted in and then plant the vegetables in that. So just remember that whenever you're planting or whenever you're reusing your soil. Also, you want to make sure that if you're using, well, most of the time I won't have this in there anyway. This, I don't know how long I've had this, and I don't remember what I used it for. I probably was trying to use it on, can't be azaleas or rhododendrons. I had to have this for some time because I haven't had any rhododendrons or any of that lately. So let's see what's inside, see what it looks like. Still looks decent, but yeah, it's been in there for a long time because the cup that's in there, I've had this in here for a while. Because of the cup, I can tell by the cup. This is a yogurt cup. I have not bought yogurt in so long. So yeah, this is old. So we just put this somewhere. Probably not gonna ever use it. It just ended up in my fertilizer bucket because when I was throwing all my fertilizers in that bucket, it was in there in my garage. So this is what we're going to be using, y'all. So let's get started on potting this plant because I am so excited. Y'all just don't know how excited I am about this camellia. I was going to go and look for one in a store, and y'all, the places that I knew that probably had them are miles and miles away from me. So I was like, okay, well, I'll give Amazon a try and see if they got one or if they carry some. So now since Amazon has sent this one out here looking like this, it is on, y'all. It's on. It's on. So if you are in an area that you can grow camellias, because y'all, you see the buds, they're fixing to get ready to bloom. This thing will be blooming. I will have flowers in December on this tree. It's a bush. It's a shrub. So if you live in an area where camellias are hardy, go ahead and order you a camellia because, Amazon has them. So, y'all, I'm just telling y'all because this is going to be so beautiful. Okay, so I got some nice drainage holes in the bottom of this pot. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to plant this plant. I am going to go ahead and I started to wait till spring and put some soil acidifier in there. I'm not going to put a whole bunch. I'm just going to put a little so that I don't burn this plant up. I don't want to hurt this plant. Y'all, this plant. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the soil. But y'all, did y'all see that plant? That plant is so beautiful. And y'all, it was so cold last night. This plant was out here all night. So that lets you know the plant is hardy. It's not dead. It was in a box, but that plant can stand up to some cold temperatures. Now, if it gets, I think it said, like, when I was doing my research, let me see if it's on the box. Because there is a temperature that it can get to. Now, it doesn't say anything on this box about what temperatures it is hardy to. Because, you know, a lot of plants can't take, you know, sub degrees, you know, really, really low temperatures. So I'll keep that in mind, because there's a lot of stuff out here that I need to come out here and cover up. Yeah, I still got my lemon tree over here. I got all the lemon trees. I got 3 lemon trees out here. I have, and this one is loaded with lemons. I have a blood orange and a improved mild lemon, a variegated lemon. So I still got all this stuff out here. And if it gets really, really low, I'll come out and I'll cover these plants. I will come out and cover my plants that can't take that very low temp. But y'all, I told y'all, I don't plan on dragging all these plants inside the house. Now, I will, if it gets really, really low, I will cover them and move them to this tiny greenhouse. But I just can't do that this year. I can't do it, y'all. I just made my mind up. Not going to happen. So, okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put some of this soil acidifier in here. There's some granulated organic. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. Y'all see how much I got. I just got a handful. That's it. I'm not putting a whole bunch in there. So, I'll see if I can get this. Did not bring my scissors out. So, let me see if they got them. Where I can just pull this knot and release this plant from this container. I think they do. Okay, I'm going to lower the camera so you all can see. Tiny and Kane over there in their little crowing mat. And y'all, it even had a little bloom in there. I guess from the time that it did bloom, got the little pink bloom in there. So we're gonna just put that right there. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pour. Wait a minute. Well, they got that little green fertilizer. So obviously, and y'all, I done broke one of the little buds off. But obviously, well, I think that was inside the bag, so I probably did not do that. But they were using a non-organic, they were using a non-organic fertilizer on this plant. So y'all don't expect it to look exactly like this, because you know stuff with that synthetic can really make stuff really beautiful sometimes, but we're not going to use that. Now I'm going to add some more soil because I want this to be sitting a little bit higher. I should have waited to add some fertilizer. So let's see how this is going to go. Okay, I think that's going to be the right height. I'm just going to take all this extra stuff that's growing on the top and throw that to the side, because I don't want any of those weeds or whatever they are growing in my plant. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but I am excited about this plant. And this plant is not root bound, so I didn't break it up that much, but I'm going to break it up a little bit. I didn't break it up because it, like I said, it's not root bound, and I did not want to lose all my soil and lose the height that I had this plant sitting, because if all the soil falls from around it, it's gonna go lower. So I'll just leave this plant in this container throughout the winter months, and in the spring I will get another container for it, a larger container, because I think that this plant is going to outgrow this container real soon. So I want to put it in a large container that will be its permanent home, but I'm going to give it some time out here in this pot. So this is bigger than the pot that it came in. Okay, so I'm just going to add just a little more of the fertilizer, since those the roots are not going to be able to get that for a while, because remember I added some more soil. So I'm just going to put a few more granules on there. I really want this soil to be acidic. I don't know how much they have fertilized this plant, but I did see those little green granules on there. So now I think that is enough. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna water it in. I'm gonna leave my tag on there. That's gonna be my label. It's not, let's see, I'm sure it's not, it is kind of binding these two together. So I don't want that. I'll have to make me another label, because I'm gonna have to break them up. They are, let's see, I can do it like this. Yeah, I want to let those leaves have room to spread out. See, now that's better. So let's see what this says. This is that is the variety that it is. It's a Shisha Gashara. And it's gonna be rose color. So yeah, that's gonna be beautiful. I don't need all these labels, y'all, but I'm just gonna put this back on here for a while, maybe till the winter is over. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna water it in. I didn't want to get any water on my pruners, but I did. So I have to dry those off. So we have a new Camellia planted, ready for the winter. We're going to have some more winter interest in the garden. So y'all, I am very, very happy about this and really looking forward to it. So I hope that you all will get you a Camellia shrub if it is hardy in your area. And I also hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.